behold, tetanus on wheels. Now, I haven't even tried to remove the seat post or the stem yet, so this video could be very short and never see the light of day. But if all goes to plan, within reason, this is my entry into the Cheap Bike Build-Off 2026. Now, I really have no idea when it comes to retro and vintage bike hierarchy. And if you've seen some of the cars that I drive, I'm far from a purist. So I bought this bike purely off vibe, and I have no intention of delving into the internet to try and figure out exactly what it is, but feel free to hypothesize in the comments. I'll paste the rules to the build-off in the description of this video. I'll also link to Max's YouTube channel where he sort of explains the basis of the competition. I'll also link to his Instagram so you can jump on there and check out everyone's builds when he shares them. But much like the East vs West build-off, this is just friendly competition between bike builders. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a bike builder. Most of the bikes that I work on are just cheap bikes off Marketplace that I flip for profit. I mean, I guess the mechanical aspect of both overlap. However, I wouldn't go letting me near a welder. Now, I could have done a sneaky and just submitted my East vs West build. It's in the same month after all, but I never plan on doing that. I've been watching this bike on Marketplace for months, and even after the owner dropped the price to only $70, it still didn't sell. So I shot him an offer of 50 bucks, which he accepted, and well now, this is the most unique bike that I have ever owned. Now, I know you're probably looking at it and thinking, that is ready to ride. What are you even doing? But believe it or not, it does need a couple of little bits and pieces here and there. You wouldn't read about it. Well, there you go. Hopefully the front fares just as well. Oh yeah. Here we go. All right, 2 down and 1 to go. So I may be about to infuriate somebody, but these crank arms are not tight. They've been welded on from both sides. Both the cotter pins are bent and twisted. I don't have the time or patience to try and figure out how to get those apart and save the spindle. I don't even know if the spindle is in salvageable condition anyway. The bottom bracket, it doesn't seem to have any remnants of bearings inside it. It's just sort of clunking around there. So I'm gonna cut between the chainring and the bottom bracket through that spindle, hopefully push it across enough that I can cut this side off. And then we'll try and work out how to get the bottom bracket out and what sort of bottom bracket I can fit back in it. Surprisingly, that was relatively pain-free. There's only one more thing that I have to work on, and that is the bottom bracket. On the non-drive side, the bottom bracket cup has been wound all the way in until it's bottomed out, and the threads are a little bit bashed up on the outside. So it's gonna take a little bit of butchery to get that out, I think. But apart from that, everything else come apart quite well. So here's the overall plan. Step 1 was tear down, tick. Step 2, I'm gonna have to clean sand and repaint the frame and the forks. Step 3, I'll need to source all the parts. Now, when I say new, the only new part that I'll probably get is the bottom bracket for the bike. Everything else will be secondhand, but I'm gonna need a new stem, bars, seat post, seat, probably wheel sets, end tires, crank, chainring, chain, probably more that I need as well. I'm gonna modify the rear mudguard, which is just me chopping off the damaged section. I'm gonna need to source a front basket that fits in that opening. And I also have a little custom thing that I wanna build for this bike that if I have the time and it looks good, you'll see it in part 2 of this build. So leave a comment down below of how you would modify this bike to suit it for yourself and what color that you would choose to paint this. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully you're keen to see how it comes up in part 2. If you want to see more interesting builds like this or retro mountain bikes or pretty much anything, just check out on YouTube and you're going to see what everybody is up to. There are so many videos that are already live and there's a lot of cool things that are going to be built this year, so stiff competition. But like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this and hopefully stick around for the next one. Until then,